Dodgeville and Prescott will bring a trophy home. Tonight's question, who gets silver and who gets gold? Good evening, softball fans, and welcome to Edward Jones Bob Hunt House of coverage of the WIAA State High School Softball Tournament, presented by Myers Heating and Cooling of Lancaster on 97.7 Country WGLR, WGLR.com, and the 97.7 Country WGLR mobile app worldwide, including in Denver, Colorado. From King Park on the campus of the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay, this is the Division III championship game between the second seed Prescott Cardinals and the number 1 seed Dodgeville Dodgers. I'm Steve Prestegard along with Tyler Dictanis, and for the third time in the softball team's history, Dodgeville has gotten to the state championship game, seeking tonight their first state championship after second place finishes in 1994 and 2000. Now that's the normal opening. Now we have to point out what's not so normal about this. You may notice that we were on about an hour later than usual, or than what we were expecting. That's because at approximately 6 o'clock, pretty immediately after the Division IV championship game ended, it started raining hard. And so the teams were pulled off. They never got into the stadium. The fans were told to leave, the ones who were here. The media was told to leave, and so we're an hour late. Delayed, but not denied.
Right, and good thing we're at UW Green Bay here at King Park because it is synthetic turf field, so there isn't a lot of maintenance or anything that needs to happen to get the field prepared, but the weather has cleared out. There's no threat of severe weather or rain that we can see right now, and this cloud is doing us a huge favor for preventing the sun from getting in our eyes. But for Dodgeville, they won the first game 10-4. They looked very impressive. They scored in every inning except the third, and they were very consistent and very methodical throughout that first game, and they look to keep that momentum going here in the state title game.
And meanwhile, in the other semifinal game, it was, if you remember Madison Edgewood and Platteville in baseball, well, it seems like a long time ago, it was 1-0, a first inning run, and that was all that Prescott got, but it turned out that was all that Prescott needed to beat Pesh to go 1-0.
Yeah, Prescott was defensively sound, shutting out the Peshtigo Bulldogs team that was the number 3 ranked team in the bracket, but Dodgeville has the offensive weapons. We saw the firepower that they had in the first game. We'll see if that offensive power can offset the defensive efficiency that Prescott had in their semifinal against Peshtigo.
The other interesting question, obviously, is what impact is the delay going to have on these two teams? They had both warmed up, and Gene Van Dyke will mention during the Raleigh Cheese pregame show that he was a little concerned that Annika Lord had started to warm up and was all warmed up, now has to warm up a second time, and she's already pitched 7 innings today. Of course, the same can be said about Taylor Groff, the Prescott pitcher, so that's going to be kind of an interesting dimension to this as well.
Yeah, that's going to be an added wild card to this, and as I mentioned earlier, there isn't a lot of maintenance that needs to be done to the field, but the ball might be a little bit slippery yet in the first few innings, and we'll see if the field can be officially dried out before the end of the game. So a very interesting set of circumstances leading up to this final game. We have a bit of a later start, but weather seems to be pretty fair. There's a light breeze blowing from left to right that we can see, so should be ideal weather, all things considered, for a championship game tonight.
And hey, we'll get home about 2 probably.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, well, it's time for the Raleigh Cheese pregame show, presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County.
Don't forget the cheese.
We're back in 60 seconds on 97.7 Country WGLR.
No minimum balance required to obtain bonus. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Valley Cheese pregame show continues on 97.7 Country WGLR from UW Green Bay. And I guess this is kind of appropriate that here we are, the last game of the season. We're talking to Gene Van Dyke, the Dodgeville coach, and it's in the middle of the rain delay before the game. Kind of typifies the whole year, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And we had just got done warming up. The thing I don't like about it, my pitcher warmed up for 15 minutes with 7 innings already on her. Now we're going to have to warm up again. So that I'm a little distraught over, but everybody's kind of in the same boat, I suppose.
Let's talk about this actually early afternoon game, your 10-4 win. The thing that stood out is, Lemire got a run to take the lead. You tied it. Then you took the lead. They tied it. You took the lead again. They got close, and then you kind of put them away then. It seemed like every time they did something, your offense had an answer for it.
We've got a really, really solid offense. People at the tournament were saying that probably for the first time in the history of the tournament, 10 different batters batted for a team, and every single one of those batters had at least one hit. We ended up with 16 hits, but all 10 people we sent to the plate had a hit. So it makes us really tough to hold down.
He had some issues pitching-wise, at least in the first inning, and then defense a little bit. Is there anything you can do about that, or is that a case of that just happened then and you got to do better tonight?
I threw that number one hitter, who apparently is a hell of a hitter, a fastball to get ahead on the first pitch, and she drove it. Then they bunted her to third, and my catcher never has pass balls, had a pass ball, and they scored. So, it got us off on a little bit of a rocky start, but we limited them to that one run and first inning, and that later inning when they got a couple, there was some infield, I don't know what I'd want to call them, miscues or whatever, and got us in some difficulty, and they followed with a nice hit, and we misplayed it in the outfield, so they ended up with a couple of runs. They probably should have had one, but not what they got.
Mm-hmm. But the thing that was impressive, I thought, was your resilience. That, you didn't, we're down 1-0, or now they tied or anything like that. You kept coming back.
We're pretty confident in our ability to score, so it's a matter of just trying to hold the other team down until we get the sticks going.
Okay, now they got Prescott. They won a game kind of like yours last Wednesday, 1-0. They got a run in the first inning. That was literally it for the whole game. For what you saw, what is it about Prescott that's going to be a challenge for you?
Well, if they're not giving up any runs, then, we're going to have to hold them down, and Annika's going to have to get used to throwing on that carpet, which is different than the whole stepping thing. The plant, the holes that you're normally in aren't there, so control is a little bit of an issue. She ended up, I think, with 10 strikeouts for the game or whatever, but I just thought that her control was off somewhat.
But it was enough for the win, certainly.
Yes,
so.
It was.
All right, one more question. This is your last game of the season, and it's been an unusual season, but it's also been a season of great accomplishment for your team just to be playing the last game of the year. What are you going to remember about this team years from now?
That the team probably got along with itself the best of any team I've ever had in 31 years. I mean, they really supported each other, got along. It was just a fun, awesome year for us.
And it ends in the last game of the season, which can't get any better than that.
Can't get any better than that. No matter what happens, you got there isn't anything else to play for. You put it out there and live with what you do.
All right, congratulations on your season again, and good luck today.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, Gene Van Dyke, the Dodgeville coach, and we'll be back with the Nutrition World starting lineups and the state championship game, Prescott and Dodgeville after this on 97.7 Country WGLR.
West Bend and the Peterson Agency offer just the right insurance protection for your unique business. Just ask the owners of child care centers, beauty salons, fitness facilities, and dozens of other businesses across the Midwest. West Bend and the Peterson Agency understand these businesses and can provide insurance programs tailored to the services they provide. Along with comprehensive coverages are loss prevention experts who help keep your business safe. To find out more, call the Peterson Agency in Argyle, 608-543-3354.
Hi, this is Chris Myers from Myers Heating and Cooling in Lancaster. Myers Heating and Cooling provides the best in indoor air quality and home protection. Not only do we take care of your furnaces, air conditioners, and boilers, we also treat your air and make sure that your home is healthy and safe. For the best options in air purification, home safety, and home comfort, that's Myers Heating and Cooling in Lancaster, Wisconsin. 608-723-6543. Myers Heating and Cooling. 24/7, 365. We're here for you.
Edward Jones, Bob Hunt, how's the coverage of the State Softball Championship presented by Myers Heating and Cooling of Lancaster on 97.7 Country WGLR. Land's End is proud of the Dodgers softball team and wishes them continued success during their state tournament. With summer in full swing, Land's End is now hiring full and part-time positions in our Dodgeville Distribution Center. Land's End offers great pay, a variety of schedules, a generous discount, and an awesome work environment. Secure your job today by going to landsend.com/jobs. That's landsend.com/jobs. Properties LLC of Dodgeville owns and operates In the Beginning Child Care and Learning Center with locations in Boscoville and Prairie du Chien. Mark your calendars now to attend their fundraiser, Jammin' on the Wisconsin, Paying It Forward, Friday, August 6th from 5 to 10 with music starting at 6, featuring the Michael Microot Band. Portions of the proceeds will go back to local fire and EMS. Today's game also brought to you by the Sports Page in Belmont, welcoming everyone to stop in for some ice-cold beverages and order our menu. Weekly specials, Friday night fish, Saturday night prime rib, and Sundays large, 2-topping pizza. The Sports Page serving Wednesday through Friday 11 to 1:30 and 4:30 to 9. And Saturday and Sunday open 11 to close. Today's game also brought to you by Claire Bank with their 8 locations in southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting this area's high school sports teams. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. And we're brought to you by Myers Heating and Cooling, servicing southwest Wisconsin since 1999. Myers Heating and Cooling, where they say, don't worry, we got this. It is time for the Nutrition World starting lineups presented by Nutrition World Health and Wellness. Quality selection and knowledge for optimal health and energy levels can be found at Nutrition World on South Water Street in Platteville. Prescott is the number 2 seed. They were 24-3 coming into this game, 12-2 second place in the Middle Border Conference. And Sydney Matzik, the right fielder, will lead off. She is a senior. Batting second is Ariana Temmers. She's the left fielder, and she is a junior. Batting third is Isabella Lenz, the shortstop. She is a senior. In the cleanup spot is the designated player, Grace Franco. She is a junior. Batting fifth at third base is Liz Roll. She is a junior. Batting seventh is Maddie Miller, who is the first baseman, and she is a junior. Batting eighth is catcher Heather Hudak, and she is a senior. And then batting ninth is, she's on here someplace, Brindley Gehring, the right fielder, the center fielder, and she is a junior. The defense for Platteville, as it has been all year, or at least the last mini games anyway. Lucy Heimrell is in left field. Danny Microot is in center. And Grace Graber is in right field. At third base is Audrey White. Joe Heimrell is the shortstop. Maggie White, the second baseman. Carly Wolf is the first baseman. Behind the plate, Sarah Graber. And on the mound is Annika Lord, the right-handed junior, comes into this game with a 16-2 record after her win this afternoon in the state semifinal. Her other stats coming into the state tournament: a 1.05 ERA, .95 WHIP, walks plus hits per innings pitched. She's pitched in 25 games, 133 and 2/3 innings. Coming into state, 82 hits, 19 earned runs, walked 30, struck out 157. And I'm trying to see here. She ended up striking out, 12, I believe, in the win. She gave up 9 hits in the semifinal this afternoon. A 10-4 win for Dodgeville over number 4 seed Lamira. And meanwhile, Prescott, the number 2 seed, beat number 3 seed Peshtigo 1-0, as we mentioned. Here's Sydney Matzik, the right fielder, leading off. Prescott, by the way, this is the 6th time they've been to state, but the first time that they won a game at state this afternoon. And Dodgeville, in their 3rd state championship game, and the first pitch is low for ball one. Matzik on the year, 380 batting average, 973 OPS, 34 runs scored, 2 home runs, 24 RBIs. Second pitch from Lord, and that is hit down the left field line, but curves foul. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. It is a nice night, now that the rain is gone, in sharp contrast to this afternoon where it rained most of the game. But it's still pretty cloudy, mostly cloudy, which is now covering the sun. Although there's still some hints of sun down the left field line.
Yeah, not quite as humid either.
Yeah, that was an improvement also. 66 degrees, by the way. Next pitch, swing and a miss. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here is Lord's pitch to Matzik, and that's fouled off into the third base dugout, the Prescott dugout. Dodgeville is the number 1 seed. They were home this afternoon, and now they're home here. And certainly we found out in the sectional final win over Poinette that being at home is helpful.
Yeah, getting that last at bat in the 7th inning if needed is definitely going to be helpful, especially in the state title game.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Bounces and misses the plate. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Today's game brought to you by Wilkinson Family Chiropractic. They offer chiropractic adjustments, therapeutic ultrasound, and electric therapy for your entire family. Wilkinson Family Chiropractic, located in Dodgeville, serving all of southwest Wisconsin. The 2-2 pitch popped up on the infield. It will be third baseman Audrey White to make the first out of the game, 1 away. Up next is Ariana Temmers, the left fielder, 493 batting average, 1.229 OPS, 40 runs scored, 1 home run, 28 RBIs. No score, 1 out, top of the first in the state championship game, and that pitch is fouled off. Dodgeville finished second at state back in 1994. They got beat by Southern Door 8-0, and then in 2000, after a win over New Berlin Eisenhower 4-0, they lost to Hortonville 8-4. The 0-1 pitch is low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Prescott has been to state in 93, 98, 2002, 2018, and 2019. Most recently, they got beat by familiar friends of ours, Poinette. Pitches downstairs. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Annika Lord got tagged for a run in the first inning on a double, and then ultimately a passed ball. Here's a fly ball down the left field line, and that is caught by Heimrell in foul territory. 2 away. At the top of the first. No score. And here is Isabella Lenz batting .478, 1.348 OPS, 35 runs scored, 4 home runs, and 28 RBI. And here comes Lord's first pitch, and that is a called strike. Annika Lord, as we mentioned during the semifinal, the granddaughter of her coach, Gene Van Dyke. That's got to be fun for Gene, certainly.
Absolutely.
Chop foul at the plate, and it's quickly 2 strikes. Today's game brought to you by Dodge Point Country Club, now open every day for golfing. Choose from a variety of memberships, including the popular 10 pass packs available, including 10 18-hole rounds with Dodge with a golf cart. Dodge Point Country Club between Mineral Point and Dodgeville. 2 strikes, 2 out, and the pitch is low, a check swing. Actually more like a flip, not really a complete check swing even. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Annika Lord in the first game struck out 10 batters, had 2 earned runs on her stat line.
And it's hit back to Lord, and she throws to first. And the first inning is a 1-2-3. First inning, Prescott nothing. Dodgeville coming to bat on 97.7 Country WGLR.
Offered a lump sum pension buyout? Let's talk. Contact me, Ben Reeves, CFP, your Southwest Wisconsin Edward Jones financial advisor, located in Platteville on Highways 80 and 81 next to Nutrition World Health and Wellness. Member SIPC.
It took us years to find the most perfect soft pretzel bun for Culver's Pretzel House Pub Burger. Seared beef plus aged cheddar and our signature cheddar cheese sauce. House pickled onion and pure pretzel bun perfection.
Culver's in Platteville, Dubuque, Galena, and Prairie du Chien.
Rookie's Food and Spirits on Highway 14 in Mazomanie is the perfect chaser to your shoebox shopping experience. Like Rookie's Food and Spirits on Facebook for updates on dine-in, takeout, and delivery service. Rookie's Food and Spirits. Need funds fast? A buy local loan from Wisconsin Bank and Trust allows you to use the funds for any purpose. Replace a broken water heater or upgrade your furniture. Funds are typically available within 2 to 3 business days. Visit WisconsinBankandTrust.com to get started today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Nutrition World starting lineups presented by Nutrition World Health and Wellness. Quality selection and knowledge for optimal health and energy levels can be found at Nutrition World on South Water Street in Platteville. For Dodgeville, they are coming into this game 27-3. They're 8-2, second place in the Southwest Wisconsin Conference. Grace Graber, the right fielder, will lead off. She is a sophomore. JoJo Heimerl, the shortstop, bats second. She is a senior. And here's the first pitch and a line shot to left field for a base hit for Graber. Well, that's a good start. Graber, who was 3 for 5 with a run scored and 2 RBIs in the first game, has a base hit. JoJo Heimerl bats second. She's the shortstop. She's a senior. So is Danny Mykroot, the center fielder, batting third. So is Audrey White, the third baseman, batting cleanup. And the first pitch, a swing and a miss by Heimerl, strike one. Maggie White, a freshman, is the second baseman. She bats fifth, batting sixth. Another senior, Cora Storkson, the designated player, batting seventh. Carly Wolf, the first baseman. She's a junior. Batting eighth is Sarah Graber, the catcher. She is a junior. And batting ninth, a sophomore, Lucy Heimerl, the left fielder. 1 ball, 1 strike to JoJo Heimerl. She was 1 for 4 in the first game. That pitch is a called strike. And it's 1-2. The defense for Prescott, Temmers in left, Gehring in center, and Matzik is in right. Roll is at third, Lenz at short. The pitch is popped up on the third base side in foul territory. It's a shortstop, Lenz coming over. 1 away in the bottom of the first inning. Isabel Matzik is the second baseman. Miller is the first baseman. Behind the plate is Hudak, and Taylor Groff, a sophomore who pitched a 3-hit shutout in the first game, checks a faked bunt and then a swing and a miss by Mykroot. In the first game, she was 1 for 4. Taylor Groff on the season, 10-2, 121 earned run average, 14 games, 69 in her third innings pitch, 51 hits, 12 earned runs. The pitch is low. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Walked 9, struck out 57. Kind of interesting. It was kind of an even split in pitching between her and Sydney Matzik, but it is Groff getting the start after the 3-hit shutout. 1 ball, 1 strike, and there's the bunt by Mykroot. It's a good one. The throw to first is in time, getting over to second, and then a throw to second, and Graber is able to get back in time. So the 1-3 sacrifice for Mykroot, 2 out, and here's Audrey White, who was 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored in the first game. Lemira scored 1 in the top of the first. Dodgeville scored 1 in the bottom of the first and in the bottom of the second to take the lead. And another runner in the fourth. There's a ground ball foul for strike 1. Lemira tied it with 2 runs in the top of the fifth, but Dodgeville got 3 runs in the bottom of the fifth and then busted it open with 4 runs in the bottom of the sixth inning. 16 hits for Dodgeville. in that game, and everybody who started got a hit. The 0-1 pitch, low, and a ball and a strike. Audrey on the season, a .407 batting average, 103.7 OPS, 25 runs scored, 1 home run, and 28 RBI. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that just missed, and it's 2 balls and a strike. No score, 2 out, bottom of the first inning. In the State Division III championship game, Mishicot, by the way, a 6-3 winner over Judah Albany in the Division IV championship game. That on the Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Pitches upstairs, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Everything's still a little bit wet, also, from earlier today. Never did find any towels. The 3-1 is grounded to short, and the toss, actually the tag is made. Yeah, that's right. It was a 6 unassisted. White goes in to first on the fielder's choice. And 1 hit, 1 left, and our score after 1 in the State Division III championship game, 0-0. Prescott and Dodgeville back after this on 97.7 Country WGLR.
The 5th annual Hometown Throwdown is coming up this weekend in Shullsburg. Bring the family out all day long to enjoy barbecue, live music, games, craft beers, and much more in Badger Park on July 3rd. Plus, Saturday evening, get some great laughs with the man behind the wildly popular Manitowoc Minute, Charlie Behrens.
Oh, gosh, yeah, you know.
Catch your show at 7 o'clock Saturday night as you kick off your Independence Day celebrations. Find tickets and details by searching Shullsburg Hometown Throwdown on Facebook.
Tune in to the Southwest Tech Agriculture Farm Show with Bob Mittendorf weekday mornings from 5 to 6 a.m. Bob Mittendorf is the premier agriculture voice in the tri-state area, and he's teamed up with Southwest Tech to give you the latest agricultural news, markets, and a whole lot more. So don't miss the Southwest Tech Agriculture Farm Show with Bob Mittendorf right here on 97.7 Country and WGLR.com. Southwest Tech, this is where you belong.
Edward Jones, Bob Hunhauser coverage of the state softball tournament presented by Myers Heating and Cooling of Lancaster on 97.7 Country WGLR. After an inning, no score, 1 hit for Dodgeville. And here's the cleanup hitter, Grace Franco, batting .383, 101.4 OPS, 17 runs scored, 18 RBIs, and she takes strike 1. The sun has popped out down the third baseline, and so now we have to hold up stuff to block the sun. And the next pitch is way upstairs and hits the backstop on the fly. 1 ball, 1 strike. The sun, by the way, has made, and the rain made the artificial turf glisten as the pitch popped up. Looked really pretty out. 1-1. Maybe we should take a picture of that. I'd take a picture. Well, wait a minute. We're both busy. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It was cloudy, and then all of a sudden the clouds got burned through by the sun. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away, and the first strikeout for Lord here in the second inning. Farmers Savings Bank with locations in Mineral Point, Dodgeville, Edmond, Hollandale, Ridgeway, and Mount Horeb. They want you to get a great low mortgage rate. Call today. Congratulations to all area athletes from the Farmers Savings Bank, member FDIC. First pitch fouled off by Liz Roll, batting .333, 772 OPS, 17 runs scored, 31 RBIs.
Roll also was 0 for 3 against Peshigo in their semifinal with a strikeout.
They got a run, Prescott did in the first inning, and that was it. Next pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. 2 strikes.
The run that scored for Prescott was Sidney Matzek, the right fielder and the leadoff hitter.
Yeah, that pitch is downstairs. Was that a home run? Because he was the leadoff hitter.
Looking to see, it's 1 run, 2 hits. The RBI was Grace Franco.
Cleanup hitter. Okay. Yep. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that's popped up. And coming down with it is the shortstop, JoJo Heimberl. 2 away in the top of the second, no score. Bob's Electric of Dodgeville offers top quality appliances from GE, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, and Speed Queen. When it's time to purchase or upgrade your appliance, check out the package pricing offers that Bob's Electric in Dodgeville offers. Bob's Electric in Dodgeville. Matty Miller pops the first pitch foul for strike one. Miller, 345, 1061 OPS, 15 runs scored, 4 home runs, and 23 RBIs. 1 strike, Lord ready and delivers. And that's chopped foul at the plate and bounces off the wall in front of actually to the side of the Prescott dugout down the third base side. Quickly 2 strikes. Bob Hunhausen, your Platteville Edward Jones representative, salutes our athletes on their hard work. Protect your team investments with Bob Hunhausen, Edward Jones Investments, off business 151, inside drive in Platteville. A swing and a miss by Miller to end the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning for Lord after 1.5. Prescott nothing, Dodgeville nothing on 97.7 Country WGLR. Maggie White leads off the bottom of the second, no score. White in the first game, 1 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Leading hitter on the season, 442, 1037 OPS, 24 runs scored, 2 home runs, and 31 RBI. And the first pitch hits something in the Dodgeville dugout, I think, or the wall for it. Strike one.
Whatever it was a thud.
It was a solid hit. The 0-1, and that is grounded off the second baseman. She tries to get it, but can't. And so that is an infield hit, I think, in the first of the ball game. The second of the ball game. Yeah. So White's aboard.
Yeah, it's ruled as a hit. And second leadoff hit for the Dodgers, getting one in the first inning, now right here in the second.
Cora Starkson, 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Actually, a courtesy runner scored one of them, and an RBI. She scored one of the runs in the 4-run 6th inning. And she squares to bunt and takes low for ball 1. Storkson on the season, 304 batting average, 786 OPS, 10 runs scored, 1 home run, 18 RBIs. We mentioned she started that 9th inning in the sectional final win, and the pitch is upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. The catcher, Hudak, got out of her crouch, thinking that Maggie White might go off first, but did not. Storkson started by hitting a fly ball to center field that was dropped by the center fielder, and then her pinch runner ended up scoring. Swing and a miss, and it's 2 balls and a strike. She had been pinch hit for, came back in, and started things off, and then Paige Meese moved to second on a single, stole third, and then came in to score in a ground out. There's a bunt. Foul by Storkson, and it's quickly 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dodgeville Family Chiropractic and Wellness Center in Dodgeville, improving your health naturally through chiropractic, massage, and physical therapy services. Dodgeville Family Chiropractic and Wellness Center in Dodgeville. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Maggie White at first. After her infield single, here's the pitch, and that's a base hit right field. Maggie White stops at second. Storkson with the base hit. 2 aboard and nobody out. And here's Carly Wolf, the first baseman, 269 batting average, 712 OPS, 9 runs scored, 2 home runs, and 13 RBI. Wolf in the first game, 0 for 1 with 3 runs scored. Here is the first pitch. She squares to bunt, but takes. And going to third is Audrey White. And going to second, Storkson, and she is in there.
But she's out.
No, she's out. They did throw her out. So the double steal, White gets to third. But Storkson is thrown out 5-4. I thought she slid in time, but that was not correct. So meanwhile, 1 ball, no strikes to Wolf. And here's Graf's pitch. And that is a check swing to make it a called strike, I should say, to make it 1-1. The bat flickered a bit, but that was it. Graf ready in the 1-1 pitch. High and outside. 2 balls and a strike. Doolittle's Pub and Eatery in Lancaster. Check out Doolittle's new outdoor seating area for your next cold beverage or satisfying bite to eat. Doolittle's on the square in Lancaster. 2-1. Fly ball. Down the left field line. It'll drop into the corner for a base hit. Coming in to score is Audrey White on the single by Wolf. A Midwest One Bank RBI. Score more with Simply Better Banking, Midwest One Bank member, FDIC. 1-0 Dodgeville with 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Went right into the sun, so I wasn't quite sure what happened, but here is Sarah Graber, the catcher. Graber in the first game, 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. And she hits it up the middle for a base hit. Going to second and stopping there is Wolf. That's the 3rd hit of the inning. Pressure, that's the 4th hit of the inning. And 2 aboard with 1 out. And here's Lucy Heimerl, the left fielder, the number 9 hitter. She was 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI in the first game on the season. Heimerl 279, 679 OPS, 16 runs scored, 1 home run, 17 RBI, 1-0 Dodgeville with 1 away in the bottom of the second inning as the sun sets behind the third base dugout. Graf taking a long time here, and so Heimerl decides to step out. And the left-handed hitter, just like her sister, steps back in now. One thing, Graf seems to work more slowly. I was trying to think of a different term, but and the pitch is low for ball 1.
Yeah, Paige Meese is at first base as the courtesy runner.
So she's at first, and the pitch to Heimerl is popped up. And it will be caught by the second baseman, Matzik. And 2 away. Back to the top of the order, and Graber, who singled but was left at second in the bottom of the first inning. 1-0 Dodgeville, 2 out in the bottom of the second inning. And this pitch is hit to left center field, and that will drop for a base hit and go to the wall. Around third and scoring is Wolf. Around third and scoring is Meese. And it's 3-0 Dodgeville on the double by Graber. 2 Midwest One Bank RBI. Score more with Simply Better Banking, Midwest One Bank. Member FDIC. Dodgeville with a 3-0 lead. And here's JoJo Heimerl, who popped to short in the first inning.
Some huge runs coming in on 2 outs.
And now a mound conference as Nick Johnson comes out. So we'll tell you that today's game brought to you by 608 Custom Screen Print in Dodgeville. They can assist you with screen printing, T-shirts, and sweatshirt uniforms for teams and events. Visit 608 Custom Screen Print on Facebook to send Phil and Catherine a message and to place an order. 608 Custom Screen Print in Dodgeville. Also brought to you by Dewey's Tire Repair for all your farm, auto, and truck tire sales and service needs. The best place to take a leak. Dewey's Tire Repair in Platteville. Also brought to you by Gorgon Funeral Services, caring for families from all walks of life since 1942. Leaders in the profession, dedicated to excellence and service in the highest integrity. Gorgon Funeral Services in Dodgeville and Mineral Point. First pitch to Heimerl is high, ball 1. So Graber on, I think that was a double, was it not?
Correct. It was a double.
Not one of those single and took second on the throw. Because she hit it right to the wall in left center. 1-0 pitch. That is a called strike, and it's 1-1. And Heimerl steps out. One of three left-handed hitters in the lineup for the Dodgers. Neither Lemira in the semifinal nor Prescott in this game have any lefties. And that's hit to left center field and caught on the run by the center fielder, Gehring. Nice running catch by Gehring, but Dodgeville puts 3 on the board on 4 singles. 3 singles and a double, I should.
Top of the third inning here at King Park on the campus of UW Green Bay for Edward Jones. Bob Outhouse in coverage of the WIAA Division III State Championship game. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters are due up for Prescott. Now in the box is Heather Hudak, the catcher. The first pitch is outside for ball 1, 1-0 the count.
The Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Top of the 4th inning, Cubs and the Brewers tied at 1. That's on AM 1590 WPVL.
As Hudak hits this one into foul territory on the left side, but a great catch there by Lucy Heimerl. Put away the first batter in the top of the third inning. All 7 batters that Lord has faced so far have gone down in order. Bringing up Brindley Goring, the center fielder for the Prescott Cardinals, shows bunt. It's this one back to the pitcher. Throw to first is safe. It fell out of the glove of Maggie White. Maggie White had in her glove, just fell out. Runner's going to be safe. First base runner on board for the Prescott Cardinals this evening.
That would be an error because it was Wolf had it and dropped it.
So 1 on, 1 out. Dodgeville leading 3-0. As the pitch now to the second baseman, Isabel Matzik. Ball gets away from the catcher, and that will advance Goring to second base. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner on second, 1 out. In this Division III title game. Lord again pitching in the second game of the doubleheader. She had thrown 97 pitches in the first game this afternoon. Here's the 1-0. In there for strike 1. 1-1 the count.
Gene Van Dyke said that even though Lord struck out 10, he didn't feel like she had great control in the first game. But on the other hand, when you have 10 runs behind you.
As this one is hit up to second base, playable and caught for 2 out. Now in the top of the third. And now on the top of the order, Sydney Matzik coming up to the plate, 0 for 1. As she waits for the pitch from Lord. Here it is. This one hit to short. Here's the throw to first, and she is safe. Matzik able to run it out. The throw from short. JoJo Heimerl looks like it had plenty of time to get there, but it might have just maybe a little more umph on it.
Well, Matzik is the leadoff batter. Gene Van Dyke came out to argue the call, but it goes back to the first base dugout.
So now runners on first and second with Ariana Temmers, the left fielder, coming up to the plate. She's also 0 for 1. See if the Cardinals will do some damage with 2 outs. Here's a pitch from Lord. This one pops straight up into foul territory, into the top row of the Dodgeville bleachers behind us. They believe, yep, they're going to give the ball back.
They don't like them to keep souvenirs.
Yeah. So 0-1 the count, 2 outs, runners on first and second. Here's the 0-1. This one hit into center field. It's going to drop. 1 run is going to score for Prescott. Runner advances to third, and that's going to be a single and an advance to second. Runners on second and third. That's an RBI. Brought to you by Midwest One Bank. Score more with Simply Better Banking. Midwest One Bank. 2 on, 2 out. Dodgeville leading 3-1. Top of the third inning. It brings up number 2, Isabel Lenz. She follows this one straight back behind the press box. 0-1 now the count.
I think that one made the parking lot, the media parking lot.
Want to thank Claire Bank with their 8 locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting the series high school sports teams. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Chopper to short, throw to first, and that one's going to get run out. Ball gets past first base, and Prescott scores. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Dodgeville still leading in the top of the third. I beg your pardon, it looks like it's a tie game now according to the scoreboard.
And that's an error. I'm not sure on whom. It was not a great throw, but it wasn't fielded at first base. Wolf looking into the sun down the left field line from first base. I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not, but we're back to even.
Yep, we are tied at 3. The runner on third scored, and then the runner that was at second also scored after the throw to first wasn't handled well. So we're all square at 3 in the top of the third with 2 outs. Grace Franco at the plate. She was 0 for 1, and she pops this one straight back. Franco again had the only RBI in their semifinal against Peshtigo earlier this afternoon. Prescott scoring only 1 run on 6 hits, and that's going to be a cat's ball. The runner stays at first.
I believe they called it a strike. It was a foul tip. I think.
Okay, well, it does say 0-2 on the scoreboard, so it's an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Prescott scores. On my score sheet, it says 2 runs on 3 hits. 3 here in the WIAA State Division 3 softball championship game. Dodgeville and Prescott tied at 3. I'm Edward Jones. Bob Hundhausen coverage of high school softball. Presented by Myers Heating and Cooling, servicing Southwest Wisconsin since 1999. Myers Heating and Cooling, where they say, don't worry, we got this. 1-0 pitch grounded to short, and the throw is in time to throw out the number 3 hitter, Danny Microot, who is now 0 for 1 on the ballgame.
On the Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Go figure this. Without Trey Young, Atlanta 51, Bucks 38 at the half in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Now the batter's box is Audrey White, third baseman. She's 0 for 1. She had 3 hits and scored twice.
Also, Cubs
earlier.
Cubs and the Brewers tied at 1 in the 4th on AM 1590 WPVL.
This one is popped foul and looks like it's out of play.
Sounded like it broke the bat, too, although...
If you can break these bats... 1-1 the count to Audrey White. Here's a pitch from Graff. This one fouled to the right side again. Looks like it's out of play again, so it's now 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Graff. That one's high for ball 2. 2-2 the count.
I finally figured out what I wanted to say. Taylor Graff works more deliberately Although Lord slowed down during that last inning. I guess if you're feeling it, you speed up, and if you're trying to get through, you slow down.
Off-speed pitch hit into right field, but caught. Great play there by Matzik, the right fielder, able to chase it down on the run. 2 away for the Dodgers. That leads to the next batter, number 9, Corey Storkson, who is 1 for 1. I beg your pardon, it's Maggie White. Maggie White, who is 1 for 1, playing second base today. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back into the netting. 0-1 the count.
Sun is out set down the third base line.
Which is very convenient for us.
Yes. Gonna have to scald your corneas looking into it.
Tied at 3. 0-1 count, 2 outs, bottom of the third. This one is hit past first base. And it's going to be a single for Maggie White, her second hit of the ball game. And Maggie White started that run back in the second inning of 4 straight batters getting hits for Dodgeville. See if they can keep that momentum going with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Runner at first, 2 outs, bottom of the third inning, tied at 3. In the Division III state title game. This one's chopped to short, and it's going to be put away. Corey Storkson grounds out. We're through 3 innings in the Division III state championship game, tied at 3 on 97.7 Country WGLR.
Queen Bee Radio is proud to support the Keeler 4th of July dinner and picnic, sponsored by Immaculate Conception Church. Their deep-fried chicken and ham dinner includes mashed potatoes, corn, coleslaw, and pie, with serving from 11 until 4. Plus, there's bingo and other games, refreshments, and music. Parking is free, so don't miss the fun. Keeler's 4th of July dinner and picnic is brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Grant County Truck Bodies, Donnie's Tire and Auto, Len's Paint and Place, Keeler Service Center, Dickeyville Feed, and Keeler Service Center and Keeler Service Center Hydraulic.
Welcome to Workin' It, the podcast that helps you find a great job. Now, Sean just texted about production jobs. Well, Sean, Sedona Staffing finds work for welders, warehouse workers, forklift drivers, and, oh, hey, thanks to Dina from Dubuque, whose new engineer position came through Sedona Staffing, too. And DeMarco's email says they turned his experience into a management position. He says Sedona rocks, and he's on the phone with us right now.
Sedona Staffing at CareerPros.com. We're just a job away.
Tied at 3 in the Division III state title game. Edward Jones, Bob Hunhausen coverage of high school softball presented by Myers Heating and Cooling on 97.7 Country WGLR. Up to bat in the top of the 4th inning is Liz Roll of Prescott, wearing number 20, playing third base. She's 0 for 1. Here's a pitch from Lord. Pitch is outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count.
You do wonder about the stamina of the two pitchers. First, because they pitched 7 innings, and that was quite a while ago. It's not like your usual doubleheader.
1-0 pitch is low into the ground. 2-0 the count.
And then the other thing, of course, is that they warmed up twice. They warmed up before the rain hit, and then they warmed up again. And that's kind of not how you do it unless you have to.
Yeah, we'll see how it ends up going in the later innings. 2-0 pitch from Lord. Fouled straight back. 2-1 now the count.
Well, the thing is that, among other things, stamina can affect your control.
Right. And again, Coach mentioned this in pregame with this synthetic field. It's a little different when you're planting your leg on your pitch. Here's the 2-1. That one's outside for ball 3. 3-1 the count.
The other thing we've seen is that the artificial turf certainly does seem to have retained some water from the rainfall, which might help explain the 2 errors that Dodgeville committed, I should say, in that last inning, the 3rd inning, where the Cardinals tied it up.
Prescott got their 3 runs on 3 hits, and this pitch is low for ball 4. That will put the leadoff batter, Liz Roll, on first base, bringing up number 10, Maddie Miller, who plays first base for Prescott. And it looks like we will have a courtesy runner come in.
It's actually a pinch runner, I think. Calls the third baseman.
Yep, here we go.
That would... Evelyn Sieben, which makes you think Nick Johnson considers this one run quite important.
Trying to keep the momentum going from the 3 runs they scored in the third. Dodgeville got 3 runs off 7 hits. Prescott 3 runs on 3 hits, but Dodgeville committed 2 errors back in the third. So now here's the pitch from Lord to Miller. Miller shows bunt, fouls it straight back, 0-1 the count.
That also tells you a lot that, again, playing for 1 run.
Tied at 3, runner on first. 0-1 count. Division III state title game. Tyler Dictana, Steve Prescott with you at King Park on the campus of UW Green Bay. Here's the pitch from Lord. Bunt goes straight to the pitcher. Here's the throw to first. Gets the ground out there. Advances the runner to second. With 1 out, tied at 3, top of the 4th inning. Land's End is proud of the Dodgers softball team and wish them continued success during their state tournament. With summer in full swing, Land's End is now hiring full and part-time positions in our Dodgeville Distribution Center. Land's End offers great pay, a variety of schedules, a generous discount, and an awesome work environment. Secure your job today by going to landsend.com/jobs. That's landsend.com/jobs. First pitch is a strike. 0-1 the count with 1 out. Now batting is Heather Hudak. And she pops this one to third base, goes to foul territory and brought in. So a pop out for the second out. Runner stays at second. With number 9, Brindley Goring, the center fielder, coming up the bat. She's 0 for 1. Properties LLC out of Dodgeville owns and operates in the beginning child care and learning center with locations at Boscobel and Prairie du Chien. Mark your calendars now to attend their fundraiser, Jammin' on the Wisconsin, paying it forward Friday, August 6th from 5 to 10 p.m. with music starting at 6. Featuring the Mike Group Band. Portion of the proceeds will go back to the local fire and EMS. Mackenzie Wallen is a pinch hitter. She steps into the box, and the pitch is going to be a pass ball. Runner advances to third. So Sieben advances to third on the pass ball with the right-handed batter Wallen at the plate. 1-0 count, 2 outs, tied at 3 in the top of the 4th inning. See if Lord can get out of this one. Here's the 1-0. That one's outside for ball 2. Almost midway through this game in regulation. Here's the 2-0. That one's going to be low. 3-0 the count.
You had to bring that up. For those of us on the complete opposite corner of the state from where we live.
3-0 pitch is outside for ball 4. So the pinch hitter Wallen has walked on 4 pitches. Isabel Matzik now coming to the plate, the number 9 hitter, unless it looks like there's a change. And there's going to be a pinch runner coming in.
That's a re-entry actually.
Oh, gotcha.
Gehring came back into the game to pinch run.
So Brindley Goring is at first. Evelyn Sieben is at third with 2 outs. Pitch is out there, and the runner's going to advance. Goring gets a stolen base. Runner's at second and third now. 0-1 count, 2 outs, tied at 3 to the top of the 4th inning. Here's a pitch from Lord. This one hit up to short and caught. So Prescott gets base runners, but unable to bring them home. We're still tied at 3. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Dodgeville up to bat next. Dodgeville up to bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. Tied with Prescott at 3 runs apiece. Edward Jones, Bob Hunhausen in coverage of the WIAA Division III State Championship. First pitch to Carly Wolf is inside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Carly Wolf, Sarah Graber, Lucy Heimerl due up for the Dodgers. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And this one slapped past the shortstop. It's going to be a single. So the leadoff hitter for the Dodgers gets on base. 1 on, no outs, bottom of the 4th inning. And now at the midway point, these are starting to be the bigger moments of the game. See if momentum can swing for either team. See if Dodgeville can capitalize here.
Well, top of the 4th inning was big when Lord walked 2, but neither of them scored. That was huge. We were a little concerned after the 3rd inning.
Sarah Graber shows bunt, but the pitch is high for ball 1.
After, well, of course, that was 2 hits and 2 errors in the 3rd inning that tied the game, and then you had 2 runners aboard via the walk, but they didn't score.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Bunt lands in front of home plate, and it's going to be ruled a foul ball. So count as 1-1. Wilkinson Family Chiropractic offers chiropractic adjustments, therapeutic ultrasound, and electric therapy for your entire family. Wilkinson Family Chiropractic located in Dodgeville and serving all of southwestern Wisconsin. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Get another bunt fouled back. 1-2 the count.
Brewers, by the way, now leading the Cubs 2-1 in the bottom of the 4th. That is on AM 1590 WPVL on our Shoebox Scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest.
Here's a pitch from Graff. This one's chopped to 3rd. Tough play. Gets the runner at 2nd. So Carly Wolf is thrown out at 2nd. Sarah Graber will be safe at 1st. 1 away, still tied at 3 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Number 9 hitter Lucy Heimerl at the plate. She's 0 for 1. Batting lefty. And she chops this one to short as well. Throw to 1st is in time. Now 2 away for the Dodgers as the order turns back over with Grace Graber batting. She's 2 for 2.
A little bit of red in the sunset down the 3rd baseline. And Graber's going to get the walk after 2 hits already. Grace Graber with the intentional pass.
So that puts 2 runners on with 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th inning. JoJo Heimerl playing shortstop 0 for 2. Now Coach Van Dyke talking to the home plate umpire.
I think we're going to get a courtesy runner here.
Believe so. Checking in is Paige Meese. Stepping in for Sarah Graber at 2nd. See if Heimerl can get a big hit. Here's the pitch. This one hit into left field, and it's a fair ball, but caught. So Dodgeville gets 2 runners on, but unable to bring them home. We go to the top of the 5th inning.
Edward Jones, Bob Hunhausen coverage of high school softball state championship action presented by Myers Heating and Cooling of Lancaster on 97.7 Country WGLR. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Prescott, and 3 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors for Dodgeville. As we go to the top of the 5th inning of the top of the order, and Sydney Matzik takes a strike. Matzik grounded to short, or actually popped to third in the first, reached on an infield single and scored in the 3rd inning. And the next pitch popped up foul and out of play. Dodge Point Country Club is now open every day for golfing. Choose from a variety of memberships, including the popular 10 pass packs available, which include 10 18-hole rounds with cards. Dodge Point Country Club between Mineral Point and Dodgeville. The 2-strike pitch. That's outside. A high fastball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Also brought to you by Farmers Savings Bank. With locations in Mineral Point, Dodgeville, Edmond, Hollandale, Ridgeway, and Mount Horeb, they want you to get a great low mortgage rate. Congratulations to all area athletes from the Farmers Savings Bank member FDIC. That one bounced up there by Lord. 2 balls and 2 strikes. They've had their chances. 2 walks in the top of the 4th, but neither scored. And then in the bottom of the 4th, a hit and a walk, but neither scored. Tied at 3. 2-2 high at 3-2, and all of a sudden, looks like Lord's having problems getting it over the plate.
Yeah, having a little bit of control problems, and that's what Coach Van Dyke was talking about in pregame. With the way that this surface is set up, it's a little hard for her to keep control when she plants her leg on the pitch.
3-2, line foul down the 3rd baseline. And we'll do 3-2 again. Bob Hunhauser, your Platteville Edward Jones representative, salutes our athletes on their hard work. Protect your team investments with Bob Hunhausen, Edward Jones Investments, off Business 151 Inside Drive in Platteville, while another ball is procured. Also brought to you by Bob's Electric of Dodgeville. They offer top quality appliances from GE, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, and Speed Queen. When it's time to purchase or upgrade your appliances, check out the package pricing offers that Bob's Electric in Dodgeville offers. Bob's Electric in Dodgeville pitches high, ball 4. So Matzik leads off with a walk here in the 4th inning. Here is Temmers, who popped to left in the 1st, singled and scored with an RBI in the 3rd inning. We're tied at 3, nobody out, top of the 5th inning. Let's see if the bunt is on for one of the best hitters, and she does bunt. It's bounced up there, and here's a throwback to first by Graber. And Matzik back in time.
Yeah, so far for Dodgeville, they had the 2 errors. They also had 5 runners left on base through 4 innings.
The 1-0 pitch is popped foul down the 3rd baseline and out of play. I think it hit the batting cage down the 3rd baseline. 1 ball, 1 strike. Beautiful night it has become. Temperature in the mid-60s as the sun sets. And the last game of the Division III season, Division II and 1 semifinals and championship tomorrow. The bunt, and that's fouled off at the plate, and it's 1-2. Now the home plate umpire comes out to talk to Lord. I'm not sure about what. And now they're talking, the home plate umpire comes out to the 3rd base dugout, maybe to get another baseball or softball or get some softballs.
Looks like it, yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out, top of the 5th, tied at 3. Timmers back in. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Bounced up there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. No move from first by Matzik.
Well, we mentioned a little earlier how when the sun was setting, that the field was glistening from all the rain that we had. I wonder if the few pitches that Lord has thrown hitting the ground in front of home plate, maybe getting some water on it, making it harder for her to control.
2-2. That is hit to left field. Well hit, but Heimer will make the catch in the corner. And staying at first base is Matzik, 1 away. Heimrell has been busy in the left field corner. Made a couple of nice catches in foul territory. Here's Lenz, grounded to the pitcher in the first, reached on one of the two errors of the third inning. We're tied at 3, 1 away in the top of the 5th inning. First pitch, a swing and a miss. That's what you like to see. Dodgeville Family Chiropractic and Wellness Center. Dodgeville, improving your health naturally through chiropractic, massage, and physical therapy services. Dodgeville Family Chiropractic and Wellness Center in Dodgeville. Next pitch fouled off, and it's quickly 2 strikes. Also brought to you by the Sports Page in Belmont, welcoming everyone to stop in for some ice-cold beverages and order off our menu. Weekly specials, Friday night fish, Saturday night prime rib, and Sundays large 2-topping pizza. The Sports Page serving Wednesday through Friday 11 to 1:30, 4:30 to 9. Saturday and Sunday open 11 to close. The 2-strike pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away in the top of the 5th. Tied at 3. Here is Franco, who struck out in the 2nd and in the 3rd.
Looks like Lord is finding her control again after some erratic throws earlier.
Swing and a miss. Took something off there, and Franco was way up over it for strike 1. Runner at first base, and Matzik has not moved off first base. Hasn't made any effort to go at this point. Maybe she will here. 1-strike pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
And maybe she's found her rhythm, too, getting her plant leg down the way that she wants to and maintaining that control.
Ward's 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A foul tip for strike 3. 1 walk, 1 left. After 4.5 in the State Division III Championship. Bottom of the 5th inning in the State Division III Championship game. Edward Jones, Bob Honhauser coverage presented by Myers Heating Cooling of Lancaster on 97.7 Country WGLR. We're tied at 3. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Mike Root and the Whites. Interesting stat about the pitching count.
Yeah, so in this game so far, Lord has thrown 64 pitches after throwing 97 in the first game. Taylor Graff has thrown 34 coming into this inning. She threw 87 against Prescott.
Fly ball to center field, and a leaping catch made, or a diving catch made by the center fielder, Gehring. Boy, what a great play that was. Mike Root hit it hard, but hit it right at Gehring, and she made the diving catch. 1 out. Audrey White reached on a fielder's choice in the first, flied to right in the 3rd. First pitch from Graff is ball 1. She's been behind, kind of interestingly, in a fair number, but gotten them out. She gave up 3 hits in the first game, the 1-0 win. She's given up 8, and the 3 runs in this game.
8 hits, 3 earned runs, and 1 walk.
That's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. 608 Custom Screen Printing in Dodgeville could assist you with screen printing T-shirts and sweatshirt uniforms for teams and events. Visit 608 Custom Screen Print on Facebook to send Phil and Catherine a message and to place an order. 608 Custom Screen Print in Dodgeville. That pitch misses. 3 balls and no strikes. That was outside.
Well, we talked about the pitch count for Taylor Graff being significantly lower than Lord. It's kind of interesting. If Lord can maintain her rhythm and motion, should set up for an ideal finish for this ball game.
White took a pitch, started to head to first base, but had to go back because that was strike 1. So it's 3 balls and a strike. Maggie White on deck. (3-1), ball 4. White aboard Now Maggie White, who reached on a single infield single and scored in the second inning and singled in the third. And now you ask the same question that you asked about Prescott. You playing for one run here. Part of the thing I imagine would be how if you can get Audrey White to steal second base. Because then, with one out, your chances of getting her in are better. That is a flare to short, and the catch is made by the shortstop Lenz. And holding at first base is Audrey White. And out here is Storkson, who actually singled but was thrown out at second in the second inning, and then grounded to short in the third. Storkson went into the dugout to get batting gloves. And now comes back out. Today's game brought to you by Claire Bank, with their 8 locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting this area's high school sports teams. Claire Bank, where they say, we can do that. Member FDIC at Equal Housing Lender. Runner at first, 2 out, tied at 3, bottom of the 5th. Pitches low and gets away, and now going to second without a throw is Audrey White. That will be a passed ball. White to second. And 1 ball, no strikes to Storkson. Graff looks, now delivers, and that's hit down the right field line, but foul. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Also brought to you by Myers Heating and Cooling, servicing Southwest Wisconsin since 1999. Myers Heating and Cooling, where they say, don't worry, we got this. Wilkinson Family Chiropractic. They offer chiropractic adjustments, therapeutic, ultrasound, and electric therapy for your entire family. Wilkinson Family Chiropractic, located in Dodgeville, serving all of Southwest Wisconsin. 1 ball, 1 strike to Storkson with 2 out. That pitch is upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Audrey White, the go-ahead run at second base. With 2 away, tied at 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. And now Storkson will step out. Farmers Savings Bank, with locations in Mineral Point, Dodgeville, Edmond, Hollandale, Ridgeway, and Mount Horeb. They want you to get a great low mortgage rate. Call today. Congratulations to all area athletes. Up the middle, base hit. Running third is White. The throw will not be made, and Dodgeville leads. Storkson with the RBI single. Her second hit of the day. Audrey White scores. A Midwest One Bank RBI. You'll always score more with Simply Better Banking Midwest One Bank. Member FDIC. Now the first and third base coaches, Gene Van Dyke, and I think we're going to have another courtesy runner or a pinch runner in for Storkson. And who might that be? Bailey Murphy.
Yep.
Will be the pinch runner for Storkson. And here is Carly Wolf, singled and scored in the second with RBI, and then singled but was thrown out at second in the 4th. 4-3 Dodgeville, 2 out, bottom of the 5th inning. Graff ready in the pitch. And that is a clear strike. As I was saying, Farmers Savings Bank, with locations in Mineral Point, Dodgeville, Edmond, Hollandale, Ridgeway, Mount Horeb. They want you to get a great low mortgage rate. Call today. Congratulations to all area athletes from the Farmers Savings Bank, member FDIC. And the 0-1 pitch. And that's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Graff has an interesting delivery, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
Kind of flips the hips a little bit and then comes back and pitches.
And again, it's one of those things you wonder if that's her natural motion or with the way that this field is set up, that's just her reaction.
Pitch is outside. 2 balls and a strike as the sun sets behind the third base line. I love that about this time of year. Late sunsets. I saw the sunrise sort of this morning. 2-1. And that is hit to center field. It'll stay in the park and be caught by the center fielder, Gehring. But Dodgeville gets a run and a hit and takes on 97.7 Country WGLR. We go to the 6th inning. Dodgeville with, I got to find it here, 4 runs.
9 hits.
9 hits and 2 errors. And for Prescott, 3 runs, just 2 hits and no errors. Top of the 6th, and the first pitch is outside to Roll, who grounded to short, actually popped to short in the 2nd inning. And then she walked, actually, in the 4th inning, was pinch runs for, and that runner did not score. Next pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. And it's 1-1. Dodge Point Country Club is now open every day for golfing. Choose from a variety of memberships, including the popular 10-pass pack available, which includes 10 18-hole rounds with golf. Dodge Point Country Club between Mineral Point and Dodgeville fouled off at the plate. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes as the tension mounts quite a bit. Dodgeville needs 6 outs to win the state championship. They have finished 2nd twice. Lord ready. And the 1-2 pitch popped up. First base side, and it is Carly Wolf making the catch. 1 away. Here's Miller, who struck out in the 2nd inning, then a sacrifice in the 4th inning. Four to 3 Dodgeville. They got a run in the bottom of the 5th to take the lead, and that is grounded up the middle. Heimrel has it, throws to first, and the ball gets away from Wolf and hit her in the glove. And that's going to be the 3rd error of the game on Dodgeville. And I think that's an error on Wolf because it hit her in the glove and tipped away. Now Hudak popped to left in the 3rd inning and then popped to 3rd in the 4th. You do not want to give anybody extra batters. And that pitch is a ball just outside despite Graber's framing attempt. Ball 1. They had, 2 errors in the first game Dodgeville did?
Dodgeville had 1 error.
1 error.
Yep.
Next pitch is outside and 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, and this is the fascinating scenario because you have Lord, whose pitch count now is at 71 after pitching 97 pitches. Do you want someone who has control or someone with a lower pitch count with Graff on the Prescott side?
3 balls and no strikes as that last pitch was low. Here's the 3-0. That is a strike, 3-1. Lord gets the sign. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Miller, the tying run at first, has not moved from there yet. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 away.
Great job by Lord that time battling back after being down 3-0 on the count.
Land's End is proud of the Dodgers softball team and wish them continued success during their state tournament. With summer in full swing, Land's End is now hiring for full and part-time positions in our Dodgeville Distribution Center. Land's End offers great pay, variety of schedules, a generous discount, and an awesome work environment. Secure your job today by going to landsend.com/jobs. That's landsend.com/jobs. Gehring is due up. And what are we doing here? We're going to have a pinch runner, it looks like. And a pinch runner
I believe that's Siebel again, if I remember correctly.
I have it. That's a name I don't have.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But Wallen is pinch hitting.
So Wallen actually is pinch hitting for the second time.
So at first base is Miller.
2 away. And the first pitch is swinging to this. Wallen on the season, .250 batting average, .663 OPS, 12 runs scored, 5 RBI. So she's had some hitting this season. And the 0-1 swinging to this, strike 2. Tying run at first with 2 out in the top of the 6th.
The pinch runner is number 4, Maddie Ryder.
2-strike pitch, pop foul, and heads to the parking lot. I must have missed her because I don't have her on my roster. Anyway, Ryder the tying run at first. And here comes the 2-strike pitch, fouled off at the plate. And we'll do it again. Properties LLC from Dodgeville owns and operates In the Beginning Child Care and Learning Center with locations in Boscoville and Prairie du Chien. Mark your calendars now to attend their fundraiser, Jam It on the Wisconsin, Paying It Forward, Friday, August 6th, 5 to 10 with music at 6 featuring the Michael Mike Group Band. Bounced in there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Portions of the proceeds of Jam It on the Wisconsin will go back to local fire and EMS. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Tying run, Ryder at first. 4-3 Dodgeville in the State Division III championship game in the 1-2. Low, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Every pitch is a drama right now, isn't it?
Yeah, looking at the crowd behind us, very anxious.
Whoever goes home tonight, if they're on the winning side, they're not going to need a car. 1-2. Grounded to short. Heimerl has it. Throws to first in time. Championship softball presented by Myers Heating and Cooling of Lancaster on 97.7 Country WGLR. Dodgeville leads 4-3. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Dodgers going to look for some insurance here. The 8-9-1 batters due up. Sarah Graber, Lucy Heimerl, and Grace Graber. Difference in the game, an RBI single by Cora Storkson in the 5th inning. Now Gene Van Dyke talking to the umpire. Looks like a lineup change here. Who's going to bat for whom here?
Well, McKenna Riley is going into the batter's box. It looks like she's going to bat for Sarah Graber.
Riley on the season, 5 for 14, 6 runs scored, 1 home run, 4 RBI. And the first pitch. That is a called strike. McKenna Riley, a freshman. Can you imagine this pressure? High and pops away from the catcher, Hudak. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brought to you by Claire Bank with their 8 locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting this area's high school sports teams. Claire Bank, where they say, we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. 1 ball, 1 strike. Riley now Graff steps up, and the pitch fouled off. Down the first baseline out of play. It's 1-2. Also brought to you by Myers Heating and Cooling, servicing Southwest Wisconsin since 1999. Myers Heating and Cooling, where they say, don't worry, we got this. Also, Bob's Electric in Dodgeville offering top quality appliances from GE, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, and Speed Queen. And the 1-2 pitch is hit to center field and dropped for a base hit. So Riley with the pinch hit single, and she's at first to lead off. When it's time to purchase or upgrade your appliance, check out the package pricing offers that Bob's Electric in Dodgeville offers. Bob's Electric, in Dodgeville. Here's Heimerl, who has popped to second, grounded to short. Now she steps out. Insurance run at first in the person of McKenna Riley, who with the base hit now 6 of 15. She's a 400 hitter. And the first pitch popped up, and the shortstop makes the catch. Lenz, one away. We're brought to you by Wilson Family Chiropractic. They offer chiropractic adjustments, therapeutic ultrasound, and electric therapy for your entire family. Wilkinson Family Chiropractic, located in Dodgeville, serving all of Southwest Wisconsin. 4-3 Dodgeville, one away, bottom of the sixth inning, and the first pitch upstairs to Grace Graber, who has had quite a night. 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored plus a walk. Actually, 2 runs driven in plus a walk. 1-0 pitch. And that's hit foul down the first base line. Chasing is the right fielder, Matzik, but that is out of play. We're brought to you by Farmers Savings Bank with locations in Mineral Point, Dodgeville, Edmond, Hollowdale, Ridgeway, and Mount Horeb. They want you to get a great low mortgage rate. Call today. Congratulations to all area athletes from the Farmers Savings Bank. Member FDIC. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Riley at first. Dodgeville trying to add to their 4-3 lead, and that is grounded past to shortstop and into left field for a base hit. Riley takes the big turn at second and holds there. Graber is 3 for 3 tonight. And Riley to second with 1 away. And another ball gets thrown out of play. I think you're right. They were starting to see wet softballs there because of the turf. Dodge Point Country Club is now open every day for golfing. Choose from a variety of memberships, including the popular 10 pass packs available, including 10 18-hole rounds with cart. Dodge Point Country Club, located between Mineral Point and Dodgeville. 2 aboard, 1 out, 4-3 Dodgeville. Bottom of the 6th in the State Division III championship game. Heimer lines a base hit to right field. Going to third, coming in to score is Riley. It is 5-3. And JoJo Heimerl, the senior, with the Midwest One Bank RBI. You'll always score more with Simply Better Banking, Midwest One Bank. Graber to second. There, Mike Root, who sacrificed in the first, grounded to short in the third, and lined out to center field on a great play by Gehring in the 5th inning. 4-3 Dodgeville, 5-3 Dodgeville, 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. Dodgeville trying for its first state championship in softball. They've had a couple of state titles in volleyball back in the 90s, and they actually had 2 format state championships. They won the last round-robin state tournament as the ball is dropped. Going to third in a high throw, and going to second is Graber to third, Heimerl to second. That'll be a wild pitch. So it's second and third with 1 away. And now Mike Root a chance to really open things up with a base hit here. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. And that's it to left field. It will be caught by the left fielder, and the throw back to third is in time. A 7-5 double play ends the 6th inning, but 1 run does score on 3 hits. 1 runner is left. We go to the 7th inning in the State Division III championship game. Dodgeville 5, Prescott 3. 5 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors for Dodgeville, 3 runs, just 2 hits, and no errors. Am I right about that?
3 hits.
3 hits. And no errors for Prescott. To the 7th inning of the State Division III championship game. 9-1-2 batters. for the Prescott Cardinals. They need 2 to tie, and Dodgeville needs 3 outs. And the first pitch bounced up there for ball 1. Dodgeville has never won a state championship in softball. They have a pair of second-place finishes in 94 and 2000 as the ball rolls away from Lord, and now she gets it back. You have to, amazing pressure. You know, this is her first year as a varsity pitcher she got some work, I think, as a freshman, but boy, what pressure here. The 1-0 pitch. And that's a called strike, 1-1. Kind of interesting that Lord has looked out of sync at times and then in the same inning gets it back tonight.
Yeah, so far 3 hits, 3 runs, none of them earned. 3 walks and 6 strikeouts.
1-1. Ground into short. Heimel bottles it, throws from her knees, and gets the out! One away. 2 outs to go.
We were talking about the slick field conditions, and when the ball is hit on the ground, if it gets wet, those routine plays aren't quite as routine. Great recovery that time by Heiberl to get that ball in control, throw it first to get the first out of the inning.
Matzik popped to third in the first. Infield single and scored in the third, and she grounds this one to short. Heimerl's got that. The throw to first is off the line. And that's error number 4 of the game. Also a walk for Matzik. She's at first. And here comes the tying run. Ariana Temmers, who fouled out to left in the first. RBI singled and scored in the third and flied to left in the fifth. 5-3 Dodgeville, but the tying run now at the plate with 1 out and a swing and a miss. That is the 4th Dodgeville error in this game. They have more errors than hits that Annika Lord has given up. The 1-strike pitch. That's a called strike at the knees. 1 and 2. 2 strikes. Matzik at first, and she has not moved from there. Her run technically doesn't mean a thing.
Right.
You got to get the batter. That's the trick. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss! And Dodgeville is 1 out away from a state championship. Timmers flied, popped to left. One more time, Lenz grounded to the pitcher in the first, swings and misses, strike 1. She also reached on an error in the third and struck out in the fifth. Swatek is the runner at first, and the pitch, swing and a miss! And Dodgeville is 1 strike away, leading 5-3, 2 outs, top of the 7th in a state Division III championship game. Here's the strike 2 pitch. Chop foul at the plate. We'll do it again. We'll have the Culver's cool down. Boy, are we going to need it. Including the Tricor turning point. Hopefully talk to Gene Van Dyke and some players, we hope. We're not sure about what the WIA will allow about access. And, of course, we will have to take a photo of one sort or another. Oh, boy, 2 strikes, 2 out. 5-3 Dodgeville, top of the 7th inning. Runner at first is Swatek. Lenz down 0-2. 1 strike away for the Dodgers, and Lord taking a lot of time. Grabs the rosin bag and now is getting the sign. He steps on the line, and now we go. The 2-strike pitch grounded to the pitcher, and Lord is going to hold it. And I think they're going to score that. An infield single. So Lenz aboard at first. Swatek goes to second. And here is Franco, who struck out in the second and the third and the fifth. Still one out away for the Dodgers, leading 5-3. Tying run is at first base in Lenz. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Two strikes to go. A lot of cameras showing video here for they hope the last out. And the 0-1 pitch. Chop foul at the plate. And once again, Prescott is down to its final strike. 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 runners aboard, and now Gene Van Dyke is coming out. And he is going to talk to the infield. So we'll tell you that Land's End is proud of the Dodgers softball team and wish them continued success during their state tournament. With summer in full swing, Land's End is now hiring full-time and part-time positions in our Dodgeville Distribution Center. Land's End offers great pay, a variety of schedules, a generous discount, and an awesome work environment. So secure your job today by going to landsend.com/jobs. That's landsend.com/jobs. 2 strikes, 2 out, 5-3 Dodgeville, top of the 7th in the state championship game. Franco back in, and the 2-strike pitch. Low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swatek at second. Lenz at first. She's the tying run, which makes Franco the go-ahead run. 1-2 with 2 out. Lord looks in for the sign, gets it, and the 1-2 pitch. Line to right field, and caught! That's the state championship! The Dodgers are the state champions! A fly out to right. Graber makes the catch. And Dodgeville is going to bring a gold trophy back to Dodgeville High School. Five to 3, Dodgeville defeats Prescott, and the Dodgers have their first state championship in softball. And Gene Van Dyke, 31 seasons as the coach. 3 trips to state, and after 2 second-place finishes, Gene slowly walks out. His team celebrates by the pitcher's mound as the state champions in Division III. Those people driving back to Dodgeville tonight may not need a car. They might just fly home. The Dodgers, we are told, will come back home tomorrow. And so I would say check out the Dodgeville School District's Facebook page. Probably will say, maybe the website also, as to what the plans are for what I have to believe will be a celebration at Dodgeville High School tomorrow or at some future point. Dodgeville wins the state championship in Division III, 5-3 over Prescott, and we'll be back after this on 97.7 Country WGLR. Specializing in home, farm, auto, and umbrella policies. The last of the awards, and the silver trophy goes to the Prescott Cardinals as their season comes to an end at 24 wins and 4 losses. They didn't win the conference, but they finished second in the state. The team that won the conference, by the way, Baldwin Woodville, they're undefeated, and they're playing in the Division II state championship tomorrow. Now, for the trophies for Dodgeville, and they will announce everybody in order. Sarah Graber, Carly Wolf, and get individual photos. Bailey Murphy playing in her last high school softball game. She's pretty happy. Why wouldn't she be? So is Danny Mykroot, playing in her last game. But it ends up with gold And I forget where the trophy case is at Dodgeville High School since they've done the new construction. Going to have to get some space in there. Out comes Olivia Argo. We mentioned her during the semifinal. She hurt her knee during the basketball season and was unable to play this year, but she ends up as the team manager and ends up as a state champion. JoJo Heimerl, she is a senior. Coris Torkson, boy, did she have some big hits in the semifinal and the championship game. Maggie White had a big day. Lucy Heimerl will be coming back. Another senior, the courtesy runner and pinch runner, Paige Meese. Annika Lord, boy, what a day she had. Won the first game, won the second game, may not have had great control, but she pitched her way to a state championship for her team. Grace Graber. Also, I got her on a different one here. McKenna Niemeyer. She gets a trophy, sophomore. Audrey White. She's a senior. Good way to go out, huh?
Absolutely.
And now, Stephanie Hauser, the WIA executive director, gives the trophy to Gene Van Dyke, and he holds it up, and the team jumping around and touching the state championship, the gold trophy, heading to Dodgeville. Dodgeville, the state champion, 5-3 over Prescott. First state championship in softball for the Dodgeville Dodgers, and I believe they're going to get a picture. So we are... So we were going to take a break. Now the state championship trophy photo with all the team. And the reason is Dodgeville, 5 runs, 12 hits, 4 errors. And Prescott, 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. And Annika Lord ends the season 17-2 with the win. And the losing pitcher, Taylor Groff, ends her season at 11 wins and 3 losses. And Dodgeville finishes the year at 27-3. Actually, that's wrong. 28-3. They didn't win the SWC. River Valley did, but they made up for that by defeating the Blackhawks in the sectional semifinal. Then they beat Poydette to go to state. They beat Lemira this afternoon. And they beat Prescott to win their first state softball championship. And we're going to try to get some players and Gene Van Dyke. I just had to yell off Mike, and here he comes. This is the Culver's Cool Down Post.
No man, no woman, no one left behind.
Hey everybody,
it's
time for today's STEM tip. Want to know how to make your selfies even better? Okay, let's use science. The best time for photos is golden hour. That's the moment right before the sun sets, when the atmosphere scatters blue and violet wavelengths, making perfect, soft, and golden selfie light to show off that beautiful face of yours. Click. Check out Chic and STEM for more inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
Edward Jones, Bob Honda has the coverage of high school softball presented by Myers Heating, Cooling, and Lancaster. 97.7 Country WGLR. Dodgeville wins state 5-3 over Prescott. We're joined now by Gene Van Dyke, the Dodgeville coach. You did it. Congratulations.
Yes, we finally did. It was iffy at times. But
it was a rather tension-filled game, wasn't it? He had you got the 3-run lead. They came back to tie. And certainly Prescott had their chances late, but similar to a lot of games you've had this season, you got the outs you needed to have.
Yeah, we made some mistakes, probably the most we've made the entire year. I'm a little bit disappointed in our defense, but for crying out loud, our offense is just on fire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And this is against a pitcher who threw a 3-hit shutout in the first game today.
Yeah. And she had some great defensive plays by our outfield behind her, that times that we could have opened it up, but then we made a couple of stupid base running moves and kept them in it.
Annika Lord, the pitcher, your granddaughter also, we should point out. It was really interesting to watch her today because it seems like she was out of sync sometimes, and then she'd get it back in the same inning. So able kind of to do the dance, basically.
Yeah, I can't understand, how she'll have a tough time right there and then come right on back. But I guess you see it in Major League Ball where they'll walk a guy on 4 pitches and then come right on back. So.
All right, so we asked you this before, so I guess I'll ask you again. Now that you got a state championship, what are you going to remember about this team? I mean, not just this, obviously, but, what are you going to remember?
Well, like I was telling you before, this group is so tight-knit and supportive and get along, and it's quite a mixture. We're starting freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors, and our seniors have provided just tremendous leadership with regards to making it a family-type thing and everybody really involved in it. And you heard the noise over here, so I guess it's going to be the leadership and camaraderie, et cetera. I mean, we've had teams that came into this game 25 or 26-0, but this team's special.
All right, and a state champion to boot. Congratulations.
That's right.
That's got to feel great as a coach.
It does. We got enough silver balls this time for a gold one.
But you'll have to find room in the trophy case for the gold trophy.
We will.
All right, congratulations.
All right.
Thanks for everything this season. It's been really fun following you guys. Gene Van Dyke, the Dodgeville coach. And now let us bring in, well, we got some players here. We have actually several players around here, so thanks for that. And let me see who we have here. Well, let's start with the twice-winning pitcher today, Annika Lord. It was a little rougher as far as, gave up more runs, obviously, than the sectional final. But you don't care about that because you got a state title, right?
Yeah, we did. That was awesome.
How did you feel like you pitched today? It was...
I think I pitched a lot better in the first game than I did the second game. But I think I pitched well in the second game. I'm just glad I had a good defense behind me.
Okay. The thing that was interesting in that second game also is the fact that it seemed like he got out of phase as Olivia Argel just dumped water on her. It felt like he kind of was you were a little bit out of phase a couple instances, walked some people, but all of a sudden got it back right in that same inning.
I think I don't know what it was. I think I was kind of zoning out for a little bit, just not feeling, I don't know. I was feeling a little tired, I think, and then I kind of got back into it.
Okay. How's this going to feel to be, it probably hasn't sunken in yet, but how does it feel to be the state champ?
It feels amazing. I mean, it hasn't sunken in yet at all. It doesn't feel real, but it feels really amazing.
All right. Congratulations. Great to win a state championship. Annika Lord, and now let's bring on Grace Graber, the starting right fielder. She, on the one hand, had a couple of hits actually 3 hits in the game tonight, and you got to make the last catch.
Yeah, I did. I was already excited before I made the catch.
How does that feel when, oh boy, 2 outs, 2 aboard, tying runs are aboard, and suddenly here comes the ball right at you?
Now that I hear that, I wasn't thinking about the 2 runs at all. I was already focused on the win and making that catch.
How did you feel like hitting-wise 3 hits today and against a hitter who just had a 3-hit shutout in the first game? So you had as many hits as Peshtigo had as a team today.
Yeah, it's amazing. It was probably one of my best hitting games, these 2 games.
What was it like if you're up 3-0, then suddenly it's tied, and they had a couple of threats, but then you get the run in the bottom of the 5th inning. What was that like?
I can't even describe it. It was amazing. I just did my thing and hit how I can.
All right. How's it feel to be a state champ? Or can you answer that yet?
I don't know if I can. I heard they haven't been to state in the past 20 years, and this is the first time Dodgeville has won state.
I hate to tell you this, but nobody on your team was alive the last time Dodgeville got to state. So, but
yeah.
I don't know where the trophy case is at your high school, but you do have room for a gold trophy, right?
Oh, yeah, we will.
Okay,
No
well,
problem.
that's good. Congratulations, Grace Graber. Three hits today and the game-winning catch as Dodgeville beats Prescott 5-3 to win their first state championship. Dodgeville fans are congregating, trying to leave, and we're in the way, but no one's too upset about that. The Dodgers, the state champions, 5-3 over Prescott today, their first state championship in softball. You read off the line score, because you can see it.
Yeah, just give me a second.
Oh, wait,
There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yep, so Prescott, 3 runs off 4 hits, no errors. Dodgeville, 5 runs off 12 hits. They committed 4 errors, and both teams left 7 runners on base.
Kind of interesting as things turn out, really, if you think about it, because of it was a game that Dodgeville, they gave up more hits, or until the 7th inning, they had more errors than hits. So there is that. On the other hand, Dodgeville got runs and got enough runs, and that was certainly the case in both games. The 10-4 win this afternoon over Lemira to get to here, and then today's 5-3 win over Prescott. Dodgeville put 3 runs up in the second inning, and then Lemira, that was this afternoon. Try that again. Prescott came up with 3 runs in the top of the third to tie the game. Dodgeville ended up getting the 1 run they needed in the bottom of the 5th inning. Audrey Wright walked, reached second on a pass ball driven in by Cora Storkson, a base hit. That was 2 seniors working together, and I guess the obvious thing would be to call that the Tricor Turning Point, presented by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. Also, then Dodgeville got an insurance run in the 6th. And then in the 7th inning, which was a little bit tense, there was an error, the 4th of the game, and then an infield hit. So there's 2 aboard with 2 out. And then Franco flied out to right. And we heard Grace Graper with 3 hits, and then she made the game-winning catch. And that's a state championship right there for Dodgeville.
Yeah, and one of the interesting things looking at the stats, I'm looking at Taylor Graff's statistics, the pitcher for Prescott. In the game against Peshtigo earlier, she had a 3-hit shutout with 10 strikeouts. Looking at her statistics in tonight's game, she had 12 hits, 2 walks, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 0 strikeouts in the ball game. So Dodgeville, in order to have any outs on their side, all the balls had to be hit into play in order for Prescott to record an out. That shows discipline at the plate and being able to put the ball in play, giving their team a chance. And that was one way they were able to overcome the 4 errors and get the 12 hits that Dodgeville had this evening.
I think there is no way of getting around it. Dodgeville can hit. That 1-0 game, you think, pitcher's duel. But they put 10 up on Lemira, and they put 5 up on Prescott today. And Prescott was just off shutting out Peshtigo in the state semifinal. So this team can really hit.
Yep, and we were talking about the pitching battle where, again, the pitch count was significantly higher for Dodgeville, for Annika Lord. She was in the 90s for her pitch count again. I couldn't remember exactly what it was. I think it was 94, and she pitched 97 pitches in the first game, whereas Graff, she was very efficient with her outs and having a really significantly lower pitch count in this game, but again, not recording any strikeouts on her end. She had to have her defense behind her help her out.
Which they did. when it counted.
Right.
Absolutely. So the other thing that is amazing about Dodgeville, to me, is I'm going to go over the roster. Sarah Graber, she's a junior. She'll be back. Carly Wolf, she's a junior. She will be back. Maggie White will be back. Lucy Heimerl will be back. Annika Lord will be back. Grace Graber will be back. That is, I mean, we mentioned this before. Last year was supposed to be their year because they had 2 All-State players. They had 3 All-Conference players and 3 other returning starters. That was supposed to be last year. And, of course, there was no season due to COVID. So the year later team, which is mostly new players, and they're the ones that get the state championship.
Yeah, but they had to have a bunch of gritty performances to get here, especially against Poinette, the 2-time defending state champions in Division III. So this team is battle-tested. They're experienced. They know what it takes to get here. They should be favored, you would imagine, be one of the top-ranked teams in the state heading into next season.
Dodgeville defeats Prescott 5-3 to win the state championship in Division III softball. We will wrap up Lancaster. Dodgeville beats Prescott 5-3. The Dodgers season ends at 28 wins and 3 losses as the state Division III softball champion. From UW Green Bay, for Tyler Dictanis, I'm Steve Prestegard. 97.7 Country Nights is next. We will see you for the return of high school football in August.
Yeah, I did. I was already excited before I made the catch. Yeah, that's amazing.